Welcome to your 4 to 5, everybody. Eric Chilton, Chad Silver, Lauren Coleman, Jalen Gilkey's over there, so we got lots coming up.
Happy Hump Day!
Yeah.
So I thought today would be the perfect day to finally allow you all to try the fruits of my labor.
Okay.
Charlie, my tomato plant.
The tomato plant, yes.
He's been producing tomatoes here for a little bit,
They
and
look
I
good.
finally had
Wow.
enough to bring some in for people at work. So feel
They
free.
look beautiful.
Ooh, they're cold. You had them in the fridge.
They
Nice
were in
and
the
plump.
fridge, yeah.
Did you try yours?
That's good. Usually, to me, tomatoes can be bland, but this
Or they
is
can
like
be
sweet.
like mushy. This is like full of flavor. I love it.
I like to think I'm a plant dad now, so I think that my children are much better than all the other children. I don't really know if they actually
Yeah.
taste better than, but I love that there are so many of them now, and the weather has really played a role in that.
As I was telling you earlier, once you start growing other vegetables and fruits, you'll be able to see the difference
Yes.
versus the ones in the store.
Plus, like Lauren's right, squishy? No.
Yeah,
can't
those
do
are
that.
firm,
That's perfect.
juicy. Good
Okay.
job, Chad.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I had to bring some others for the coworkers too. All right, so what a perfect day to have tomatoes, right? Today is the first day of summer, but it certainly doesn't feel like it. Today's high is 15 degrees below the average.
The cool forecast plus the lingering rain is making for a cruddy week. So, Eric, when can we expect this to pass on through?
Well, I'm mad because Chad took his tomatoes and ran away. I was hoping for a couple more of those babies. They were good. All right, let's take a look with temperatures. The rain's staying with us. Hey, but if you looked outside in the last little bit, we had a peak or two of sunshine. I know it's not much, but we'll take it. We do see another rainy day tomorrow, but things are starting to look a little bit better as we head into Friday, Saturday. Sunday, still some rain and rain chances, but not quite as heavy as what we've been seeing. We're in the 60s right now. Think about this. Our average high is 85, 86 degrees thereabouts, and we're at 66 in Greensboro. 70 Winston-Salem, 68 High Point, 70 in Asheboro. Winds have been a little bit blustery, really, out there today, mostly coming to us out of that northeast, but I mean, they're 10 to 15 miles per hour, so a little bit breezy at times, and it's all because of these, it's really two low pressure systems, an upper level low and then one at the surface. But all you need to know is that it just constantly churns the rain coming in. Bands of showers from the southeast to the northwest. Some of the heaviest rain now, Wilkes County, Allegheny, Ash, and Watauga, Boone getting some rain. If you go out to a wider shot here, you can really see that entire rotation, that counterclockwise rotation. And when the winds come in down from the south, they pick up a lot of that moisture from the south, move it up into our cooler atmosphere, and we're in the 70s, and we get that cool rain, a scattered shower here or there. I was talking with Tim Buckley earlier. He said it would rain for 2 minutes of his driving to work and then not rain for 3 or 4 minutes and then rain again. And that's kind of what we'll deal with over the next day or so before things start to change a little bit. Observed rainfall since midnight last night, at least at the airport in Greensboro, only 0.2 of an inch of rain. Winston-Salem has almost 0.4. So these aren't impressive, but when you add it all up, we see several 2 or 3 inches of rain at least before all of this leaves us as we head into the weekend. High resolution futurecast, again, that same counterclockwise rotation. There's another band moving through tomorrow afternoon, and I think that by Thursday afternoon, that could be some heavier showers moving by. We'll keep those rain chances up to an 80%, but look at that. Rain chances drop, temps go up. That's how that works. 79 on Friday, 60% chance of rain. It's a 40% Saturday and 82, and we're in the mid-80s where we should be for Sunday. That's a mainly dry day. Next week, Monday 50-50 shot, Tuesday 30%, but we dry out by Wednesday. All those temperatures closer to normal between 83 and 84.
Let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup. A cashier says a robber put a gun to his head and pulled the trigger, but it didn't go off.
And I opened another drawer. It was around 5,000 money was there. And he grabbed that money and told me, hey, don't tell anybody, okay? And I said, okay. And he left.
Greensboro police say it happened yesterday afternoon around 1:30 at this convenience store on Florida Street. Shortly after, officers arrested 26-year-old Javon Thomas at a home near Spring Garden Street. Investigators waited for him to come outside, then conducted a vehicle stop. Thomas tried to flee on foot, but was quickly taken into custody.
Time is running out to find the 5 people on board a submersible bound for the Titanic shipwreck. The Coast Guard, including a station in Elizabeth City, are helping with the search. They've been increasing their ship presence and helping with surface searches as robots search underwater. Canadian search teams say they heard noises near the wreckage site yesterday and are focusing attention on that area. If it's underwater, experts say it'll be a challenge bringing it up to the surface because it is just so deep. The people on board only have enough oxygen to last until tomorrow morning.
Guilford County Schools is moving forward with the plans to build a new K-8 school near Colfax. High Point City Council voted to rezone the site located near Bunker Hill Road and Boylston Roads last night. GCS will soon purchase the land, then construction will start. The estimated completion date is April 20th through the 24th. Today, we're sitting down with GCS Superintendent Dr. Whitney Oakley to discuss the changes in the district. Text in any question you'd like her to answer, and we'll read them live on the air. That's coming up tonight at 5:30.
It is a huge night for the Wake Forest baseball team. They are playing for a chance to advance to the College World Series championship round. The Demon Deacon faithful are ready to cheer on their team. WFMY News 2's Jalen Gilkey talked to a fan who made the trip to Omaha and a local brewery hosting a watch party tonight.
Yeah, Chad, for fans that love college baseball, just having the opportunity to make it to Omaha for the College World Series is a dream come true. But when your school is one of the final 4 teams left fighting for a national title, it's truly a dream come true. And not only did Sam Schweitzer get the chance to live his dream with his best friends, but his mom got to tag along as well.
I gotta say thank you to my mom. She and I, ever since I was in elementary school, talked about getting out to Omaha. I grew up playing baseball. She grew up watching, and we never really cared who it was going to be. We figured, oh, we'd go see Vanderbilt, we'd see Florida, we'd see whoever's always out there. And suddenly it's our own team that's there.
So Sam, his 3 buddies from college, and his mom all hopped on a plane to Omaha to see Wake take on Stanford in game number 1.
So I talked to her, and she was like, if you want to go with your friends and have fun with them, go do that. And I was just like, no, this is something we have to do together. So we flew out Friday night. Woke up Saturday morning, went straight to the Wake Forest tailgate, went over to Rocco's and bought some Jello shots to support the team. Made our way back to the stadium and flew back the next day.
And back here in the tryout out in Winston-Salem, a Demon Deacon favorite has been hosting watch parties for all the fans who weren't as lucky as Sam to get out to Omaha.
We're just fans ourselves, so we love watching them, and we love hosting people here to watch any kind of sports. Yeah, I mean, we've been busy for the past 2 games, so it's been a great atmosphere, just as lively as Couch. So it's been electric.
And with the win tonight, Wake looks to beat LSU for the 2nd time in 3 days in advance to this weekend's championship series. First pitch is set for 7 p.m.
How awesome is that? I'm so glad they were able to have some fans from our area actually go out to Omaha, because it's one thing to have people who are fans, but to have people from your home team, from your base, to go out there and support you. Got to be a good feeling.
Got to be. I mean, I spoke to another family that had some representatives go out there. He was a former alum. I don't know if you guys remember. That was last week. I spoke with him. So it's great to hear people from all over our area being able to get out to support the Deeks, whether they be alumni or just lifelong fans.
Yeah.
So Wake got a little break, right, because they won the other night. So which has got to help the team. I mean,
it does. So they're still in the winners bracket. So they technically only have to win 3 games to get to the championship series. Now, if they lose tonight, then there will be another game tomorrow between them and LSU again, and the winner would advance to this weekend.
But if they win tonight,
they're in.
That's
great. Good to go.
Awesome.
I'm nervous for tonight because LSU, I mean, they are out for blood. I mean, look what they did to them 2 days ago. They're coming back.
Oh yeah, it should be another great game. 2 great pitching staffs, 2 great teams. The 2 only teams that were ranked at number 1 throughout this entire college baseball season.
Wow.
Started the season, it was LSU, and then it was handed over to Wake, and then after that, it's been Wake number 1 the rest of the way. So these are clearly the best 2 teams still left in it, and we just can't wait to see what happens tonight.
Have we checked back in with the alum who was on the national winning team like 50 years ago?
So
I want to hear what he has to think about all this.
Yeah, so I would love to reach back out to Mr. Bob Kuntz and just check in with him just to see how things have been going. He actually got featured on ESPN during the game.
That's awesome.
During the game, I do believe he was against Stanford. It was a home run hit, and he was doing an live interview. It was a great time. So his grandson is supposed to be Zach. He's supposed to be trying to make it out if they win tonight. So it's going to be a family affair.
Yeah, we got to hear their reaction.
That's really cool. All right, great story, Jalen.
Thank you.
All right, from one Demon Deacon sport to another, the Wake Forest football stadium has a new name. It's now called a Legacy Federal Credit Union Stadium. It's part of a new agreement with Truist, which took away the naming sponsorship. The season kicks off on August 31st. We'll be right back. Maybe you've seen these products for sale on Facebook. They claim they can help lower your electric bill simply by plugging them in. Our Verify team looked into the claims.
We're all looking for ways to save on our electric bills. Several Verify viewers reached out to ask if using a plug-in device like Miracle Watt or Stop Watt can help. So, let's verify. Do plug-in devices really save money on electric bills? Our sources are the Buckinghamshire and Surrey Trading Standards, the UK Office for Product Safety and Standards, the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission, and Aaron Ismail with the Central Alabama Electric Cooperative. These devices are sold under many different brand names. Generally, they claim to work by balancing the current running through your wires and offer surge protection to save power. But government regulators around the world say they don't work. In the UK, the Buckinghamshire and Surrey Trading Standards tested 4 devices and found that despite claims to save as much as 90% on electricity, they actually increased electrical consumption. More than a decade ago, an Australian court ruled a similar device was not capable of reducing the amount of electrical power consumed. Power officials in the U.S. agree it's impossible for any device to lower your bill simply by plugging it in.
There's nothing on the market today that you can purchase and put in your home that will save you on your electricity bill. The only way to save on your electricity bill is to turn things off or purchase more efficient appliances.
So, no, plug-in devices do not actually save money on electric bills. Some can actually be dangerous. The UK Office for Product Safety and Standards warned when they opened one device, they found it wasn't even properly connected, leading them to warn it is likely to explode in the event of a short circuit. A recall was ordered, and the item was pulled from the marketplace along with another device that made comparable claims. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Very interesting.
I am very skeptical when it comes to things that I have seen sold on Facebook or Instagram, just in the ads. They make the ads look really good and it makes it seem like it's a cool product, but I've bought plenty of things and it's all junk.
And the fact they said that this can actually be quite dangerous. And, you know, times are tough. Everything is high, groceries, gas, so everyone's looking to cut back in some way. So I'm glad we did a story like this because I personally had not seen this before. But doesn't mean other people haven't seen it.
If you want to save money on your electric bill, you turn the lights off.
Turn the lights
off.
off.
It's as simple as
Turn
that.
the air down.
Turn it
up or whatever.
Or use your dishwasher.
Either way, I have seen on TikTok recently, I don't know if you've seen the purple toothbrush thing that it looks like a dye almost, and they say that it changes its color. What do they call it? Color something or another.
You will be surprised to know that I bought it.
Wait, what does this explain?
So
purple dye.
if you think your teeth need to be whiter, then it looks like purple toothpaste, and they brush their teeth with it, and they even show it on like surfaces that are white. They put the purple on there.
Okay.
I mean surfaces that are dingy, and it's something to do with the refraction of light, and it makes it look whiter. So
I used it for the first time last night. How funny that you would say that.
Because I thought about buying it.
I used it for the first time, and I even took pictures before and after, and I didn't notice a difference.
Really?
Now, I don't know if that means that I have to continue to use it on a daily basis to see the difference, but I mean, in one time, I did not notice a
So
difference.
this is so you don't have to go to a dentist to do an actual teeth whitening treatment. So you
or
probably
like
didn't
any whitening
or
treatment.
even buy strips or whatever.
But it seems as though that the product, as soon as you stop using it, it will stop being effective. So you kind of have to use it every single day.
I want that verified though. We need to do like a real verify on that one. We can use yours.
How funny though that
That is weird.
Because I just bought. I was, sometimes when you're scrolling and I'm
you
like,
see
you know
something
what?
cool?
Yeah.
It's $30. I'm gonna try it out, and so
well,
we'll
let me
see.
know what you think. I'm always looking
You did
for.
take pictures? That's interesting.
I took pictures before and after because I wanted to see if I could notice a difference.
I'm next in line.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
I'll bring it in for you. You can try it out.
Yes. All right, we're coming back. Scattered showers across the area, at least at this hour. I mean, it's almost an hour-by-hour thing, we have to say. At this particular moment, most of the rain is back to the west. But we do see a chance of a light shower. Some of this coming in literally under the radar beam because it's developed so low that it doesn't show up on a radar. So even though it looks blank over here over the heart of the triad, you could see a sprinkle or two on the windshield. Heaviest rains from North Wilkesboro up to Sparta, at least for right now. And even that is light to moderate, but we could see more. In fact, I think if you look at our high-resolution futurecast, and we'll get to that in a minute, there's a big band that comes through Thursday afternoon, so that could be another 80% rain chance day, with some of the rain being heavy at times. So we're not finished with this. You see the overall pattern. There's that counterclockwise rotation. Same old, same stuff we've been talking about for the past 2 days. And look at this, though, as we look at the futurecast from a surface chart. So upper level low back to the west, regular low at the coast, and all of this is lifting up to the north. And that's why we just don't see a lot of change, because there's nothing to push this along until we get closer to the weekend. Now notice that low is pulling north. That's a really good sign for us. And we think Friday and maybe into Saturday and Sunday could end up being more like a more typical day for us with a pop-up late day shower. Maybe not Friday because that's transition day, but definitely as we move into the weekend, it may look a little bit better. Let's go ahead and show you that 7-day. Temperatures are a little bit all over the place, right? We're way below normal. 15 degrees below normal expected for tomorrow's high. That's at 71. And that's the highest rain chance that we see, 80%. Friday, still a 60%. The system is leaving, so that opens the door for a little bit more heat. We'll go up to 79. Getting to your weekend, though, Saturday, 40% chance and 82. I think Sunday's mainly dry. That could be a great day, 85 degrees. And then next week, another little system skirts by, 50-50 shot on Monday, 30% Tuesday, highs 84, 83. And how about that? No rain on Wednesday with a high of 84.
A South Carolina event planner captured this delightful dolphin moment on camera. The 6 bottlenose dolphins were spotted swimming off the coast of Myrtle Beach over the weekend. You can see them bobbing up and down with the waves. South Carolina DNR says they're the most common species of dolphins found in that area. I think it's absolutely fascinating. I think dolphins are just so beautiful and they're such a unique animal. I've always wanted to see a dolphin show, or I see people when they go on vacation, they post the pictures of them swimming with the dolphins. Yeah.
I would pay to do that.
I would too.
Yeah, when we were, I was at the beach a few weeks ago, and we saw something similar to that. I would say there were probably 20 to 50
Really?
dolphins that just kind of off the shore, right? Like you could just see their fin, and they stayed there for maybe an hour.
So were they traveling somewhere together?
It
or?
seemed as though they
How
were,
far-
but there were just so many of them.
Could you have gotten to them, or were they too
I
far
don't
out?
think so. Yeah, I would say they were probably 50 yards at least out. So we could only
pod.
see their fins. But it was just, I have never seen, I've seen a dolphin in the wild, but never more than like 2.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, and just look how many that is. I wonder, were you able to see the water come out of their
Little
little
blowhole in the back.
blowhole?
No, I don't, yeah, I think maybe they were just too far away.
Beautiful animals. though.
Beautiful sight to see.
Crazy to see so many of them.
Well, speaking of animals, I asked you on Facebook, what animal best describes you? We got a lot of answers here. Diane says, a kitten. They are very playful and sneaky. Donald Gent wrote, dog, trustworthy and lovable. We had a lot of folks that said that as well. Dwayne Jackson said, teddy bear, but I am a bear when needed to be. You heard? And then he posted a picture of himself. Melita Hatley wrote, probably a bear. The mama bear in me comes out often. So some good mix of answers there. What about you guys? What animal would best describe you?
I think that I would be a monkey because I like to
Get
just
into
kinda
things.
Get into things.
They are
I like,
mischievous.
I like to be social, run around, hang out with people, and just kind of, just do things that are wild.
Yeah, and they're really smart too.
I would say.
And I am pretty smart.
Yeah, not too shabby.
And gosh darn it, people like me. I would say I'm a Jack Russell Terrier because of my ADHD.
Full of energy.
I'm all over the place, running from one thing to the next. My wife would agree.
I could agree with that. My sister has a Jack Russell.
yes.
When she was a puppy, I mean, bouncing off the walls,
Everywhere.
always nonstop.
That's me.
For me, I had to think about this. I said I would be an owl. You want to know why?
Wise.
Wise, because people always say you're so wise beyond your years. So I was like, I'm going to be an owl.
When people
And
say
they're
you're-
beautiful animals too at
It
night.
is.
Their eyes and stuff. And I
People
think I
say
have
you're
pretty
an old
eyes.
soul
So.
too.
Yeah.
People have said that.
Do you cough up the bones of the animals you eat?
Is that what they do?
Yeah, remember their owl pellets? Did you ever?
Oh my
Did you
gosh.
ever
Only
dissect
sometimes.
those in school?
No.
No, you dissected an owl?
An owl
No, an
pellet.
owl
Oh,
pellet.
So
okay.
it's basically when owls eat an animal like a mouse.
Yeah.
Obviously they can't digest the bones, and so there's a pouch in their body where they
didn't
collect
know
all these
this.
things, and once it gets to a certain size, they cough it up like a
Oh,
hairball.
interesting.
And
And
we
then you can
dissect
find
them.
those and
and
di-
so we dissected them, and there's all these bones from mice and all sorts of.
So are you trying to say I'm
hair
a
in it.
bone carrier? You know
Let's
who the
leave-
person that's the bone carrier is? The person that carries the bone. They're the one that spreads the gossip.
Oh,
And-
I never
Oh,
heard
you
of
never
that.
heard of
Oh,
that? The
never
bone
heard of that.
carrier. Oh,
Never
you
heard
guys
of
don't
that
watch
either.
Real Housewives.
That's right.
That's
No,
where it
Oh,
comes
you're
from.
right. 100%.
I'm the
Do not watch
bone
it.
carrier. I'm the bone. You never heard that? Oh.
Now we know. We'll leave that part out of Lauren's owl comparison. That is not like her. If you haven't checked out our 4 to 5 live stream, you're missing out. We talk about things there that we don't discuss here on air. And we even have an exclusive Facebook group. It's called the 4 to 5 Club. Just search for it on Facebook. Click join group and we will let you in. We'll be right back.
Lots of bones in that group.
That's right. Lots of back to your 4 to 5. Eric here. He hails from Wisconsin. His name is Chad, and from all over the world, Lauren Coleman.
Oh, don't you know?
Hello.
Wouldn't it be funny if I just started talking
The
about
Wisconsin accent?
Too funny. I want you to do the whole newscast
Oh my gosh.
in that accent.
Could you imagine?
Just bring in my mother-in-law and her brothers and sisters that could talk. I told Chad if I brought them in, Chad said I could immediately go into my Wisconsin accent and talk
I'm
with
kind
them.
of an accent chameleon. When I hear different ones, I kind of pick up on it.
Yeah.
So when I'm going home next week. When I go home, it will be like
Starts
full-fledged
coming
back
out.
into it.
So what's your Greensboro accent?
What we listen to every day.
Yeah, what you hear right now.
It's funny when you can turn it on and turn it off. When I moved back here from Florida, one of my friends in Florida was watching me online up here, and he said, "Man, your North Carolina accent
Yeah.
came right
It's
back."
in you, especially when you
can't
get
get
around
rid
your
of it.
family and stuff.
It's true.
So let's talk about this weather. It
Yes.
has just been a mess the last several days. You know, how bad is it going to get today?
So we'll be better by the weekend. It looks a lot better for Saturday, Sunday. Tomorrow, though, could be another rainy day. So we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay, well, we've got to talk about this story captivating the nation. The missing submersible that's quickly running out of oxygen. Time is running out to find the vessel and the 5 people who are on it.
They headed out to see the Titanic shipwreck on Sunday with 4 days worth of oxygen. Today is the 4th day of search efforts, which means the chance of survival is slim.
But right now, the Coast Guard, including a station in Elizabeth City, are helping with the search. They've been increasing their ship presence and helping with surface searches as robots search underwater. They're not giving up hope.
This is an incredibly complex case, and so we're really focused on bringing all those capabilities to bear. As mentioned in the brief, we had a P-3 aircraft, Aurora aircraft flying yesterday that had sonobuoys. The sonobuoys detected noise in the water. We don't know the source of that noise, but we've shared that information with Navy experts to classify it. In the meantime, what we've done is reprioritize the 2 remote operated vehicles that we have searching in the water, and the 1 surface vessel that has sonar capability at the surface of the water in the area of those noises to see if we can locate the source of those noises and locate the people in the submersible.
So even if they find the vessel in time, they're not in the clear yet. Bringing it to the surface will be a challenge since it's likely very deep in the ocean. I like you, I'm fascinated by this story. It is such an unusual situation.
And you know, we've talked about this. No matter the outcome, there will be a movie at some point on this thing, I can tell, because it's just one of those dramatic things. For me, so we go back to the I think it was a soccer team that was of kids that were trapped in the mines, and that was like in Thailand, I think. And then for me, I go all the way back to baby Jessica, which was like a 2-year-old toddler that fell into an empty well. So there wasn't water, and the whole country was transfixed until they could finally, because men couldn't fit, the well was so little, and so they were trying to figure out a way to get her, and she was down there for days, and the whole country was watching. This is the same kind of a thing.
It's just so scary. I know we were talking before the show about this. The sound that they're hearing, you said, could be them inside banging on the, you know, save our ship kind of situation.
Yeah, so if you heard the soundbite, they're afraid to say that. I can tell that the authorities are not going to say they're hearing noises, but they won't say what it is. But I saw a British broadcast that said that they had it under good source, that they think they are tapping SOS, that's what the sounds are, but nobody will say that's for sure. I think they're afraid of giving false hope.
It's incredible to me that that a piece of technology that seems so advanced has no capability of keeping in touch with where it is.
Yeah, especially with the no GPS and all that. It almost makes me feel like if they continue to do these explorations or whatever, that must be a must. And is it because it's underwater that they don't have like GPS, or they can't connect? But that just seems very unsafe.
Connect, because they're 13,000 feet below the surface. So I don't know if that's with the density of the water, does that prohibit GPS? I don't know. One thing I did think of, why wouldn't you have tanks, like helium tanks on the outside with balloons, in case there were to be a malfunction, you could fire off those things and that would raise them up out of the water.
Apparently they have 4, I was reading an article where they have 4 ways to get back to the surface quickly, including sandbags. They can release things where it will bring it,
buoyancy,
like buoy it up.
Yep.
For some reason,
My gosh.
it hasn't worked.
Oh, that's scary.
Mechanical failure.
Time
Yeah.
is running out, and the ocean is so large, and it goes so deep. And I just really feel for the families out there, feel for the people that are in that submarine, because to know that your own time is ticking, I just can only imagine what is going on.
And
in
it's
that
tomorrow morning
device. Yeah.
that we all need to watch closely, because that's when they think, they're not positive, they think the oxygen might run out at that point.
All right, well, we will continue to keep a close eye on the missing vessel search. We are hoping for a safe return. Those with the free WFMY News 2 app will be the first to get any updates on the search efforts.
All right, in the meantime, closer to home, we'll look at our forecast. And, it's been a day where we actually did see the sun peek out for even a short amount of time. You look at our time lapse and you'll see it toward the end of this. But in the beginning of the day, it was mostly clouds. Then, yes, you see a little bit of a peak of sun here or there. There goes one. But then it's funny. It's like immediately right after that, you get a little shower. And that's kind of what we're seeing. Variably cloudy is the best way that we term that, where you see the sun peek in and out, maybe, but more clouds than not. And then an isolated shower can happen at any time. That will be your Thursday as well. I'm hoping Friday might be a little bit better. Things are looking up little by little. So, yeah, we're cautiously optimistic with that. 66 in Greensboro, 67 in Winston-Salem. I would say everybody in the central parts of the viewing area in the mid-60s. You do see some upper 60s and low 70s down toward Troy and Montgomery County, and then just the opposite, of course, cooler in our mountains as we see upper 50s there. Winds really picking up. And by the way, these aren't gusts, these are sustained winds with 23 mile per hour sustained winds in Greensboro, 25 in Winston-Salem. It is blustery out there. So we'll keep the rain chances in, 80% tomorrow, low 70s. Then we start to warm up. Friday, 60% chance of rain, 79. The weekend looks better. That's more like it. 40% isolated PMs, shower or storm, and 82. And then Sunday, the best day there at 85. Next week, Monday has a slightly elevated rain chance, but our temperatures are where they should be, in the low to mid 80s.
Let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup. Police are looking for the suspect accused of vandalizing this mural in downtown Greensboro. The mural is on the side of the bearded goat. It depicts Brenda, the drag queen. The vandalism happened sometime Tuesday. Brenda, the subject of the mural, said after the vandalism, she received a threatening message from someone claiming to be responsible. The bar owner says they're working to cover up the markings this evening. No arrests have been made. New data shared with CBS News is giving a closer look at decades of discrimination against LGBTQ troops. The data obtained through a Freedom of Information Act shows more than 29,000 members were kicked out because of their sexuality and denied honorable discharges. Researchers say the numbers are from 1980 until 2011. For part of that time frame, the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy, which banned gay men and women from serving openly, was in place. Earlier this year, the Defense Department said it conducted outreach campaigns to try and reach veterans who wanted to see correction to their military records.
Property taxes in Greensboro are set to go up. City Council passed a new budget last night approving a 4-cent property tax increase. The budget also includes a pay raise for some city employees and police officers and more money for Guilford County schools. Coming up tonight at 5:30, GCS Superintendent Dr. Whitney Oakley will be in our studio to talk about how the money will support the district. You can also text your questions and we will get them answered. In case you missed it, Duke University hopes to make college more accessible for some students. It's offering free in-state tuition for families making less than $150,000 a year. Those eligible also get financial help with housing and meals. South Carolina students are also able to apply. The offer is good for incoming freshmen and current students.
You know, when a lot of us think about the town of Mount Airy, the first name that comes to mind, of course, Andy Griffith. They call him the native son. But there's also another famous native of that town that's being honored these days, and rightfully.
We're very proud of Donna Fargo. Of course, she's from Mount Airy, Slate Mountain, North Carolina. She graduated from Mount Airy High School. And our family has always been extremely proud of her, and well as many of our other family members have done and accomplished great things. But we're just very, the town is honoring her, as she's always been a big fan of the town. Wherever she goes, she always talks about her hometown, Mount Airy, North Carolina.
She had six number one songs in her career, including her biggest hit, "Happiest Girl in the Whole USA." And of course, they're very excited about this mural. It's almost finished. It will be dedicated on July 4th. Donna Fargo will be on site to accept that honor. So will the artist. Vaughn says that not only is the mural a tribute to Donna Fargo, but there's also an underlying theme.
One, patriotism. Donna Fargo is such a patriotic American. She's written several things about patriotism. She's written songs that are very patriotic. She's very patriotic herself, and you'll see that flag in the image, part of the mural. So that's one thing we want to see. And then the mural shows her life, even from a young girl, and all the way through her career. And we just want to inspire everyone that regardless of where you come and what small surroundings you may come from, you can accomplish great things and your dreams can come true. And she dreamed ever since she was a little girl singing in the Slate Mountain Baptist Church that she wanted to be a singer.
So Donna Fargo will also have some meet and greets around Mount Airy during that holiday, the July 4th, for a day or so, and say hello to folks and maybe sign a few autographs. So I know as a kid, growing up in Mount Airy, that was a big deal. One of my friends, Marissa Vaughn, was one of her relatives, and she was very proud of that. She always told everybody. So I didn't know until today 6 number one songs, because I only heard of Happiest Girl in the Whole USA and Funny Face was another one. And she was primarily country, but Happiest Girl in the Whole USA, I was told today, was the first time that a female country singer also hit number one on the pop charts. So it was number one on both charts. And I did not know that. So I said pre-Taylor Swift.
You're right, you have paved the way for Taylor Swift.
That is a beautiful mural.
Yes.
When I was looking at the video, the skin looks so real, the teeth, the hair, all of that. Was it one person who painted this whole thing?
Yes, and I'm not sure how to pronounce. He has like a stage name, but it's Jeks. Not sure if it's Jex or how you say that. But apparently he's done other things around the Triad as well, and he's very famous with his
I'm just amazed
murals,
by that, because it's one thing to paint a canvas, you can see all of it, but to have something so big and it be so detailed, there's definitely a science to all of that.
And not a lot of people, you think about, this was the 1970s when she was popular, and so you get off at the bus station in Mount Airy and there's a big picture of Andy Griffith.
Yeah.
And then when I was coming up, they put Donna Fargo up there, and I thought, we need something, we don't have that at murals
and
for
next,
her around
it will
town.
be Eric Chilton, the mayor of Mount Airy.
I'll get some little tiny thing. It's at the bottom. Nobody sees it.
Going off of what you were saying, though, too, I mean, I am always amazed at what muralists are able to accomplish. I mean, this guy was using a spray can.
Yeah, and there was so much texture in the skin. It literally looked like skin. I'm like, wow, that's amazing.
Go behind Red Cinema. On the back of Red Cinema, I did that story.
Yeah.
And that spray can.
And it's all over.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Even on the front, across the whole front.
Yes.
I mean, I just am so impressed with the ability of people who are able to create murals, especially like you mentioned, on such a grand scale. It's one thing to paint something that's life-size, but
a piece of paper.
when it's the size of a building, I mean, it's impressive.
All you can do. All right, we'll take a break and we're coming back.
Hello, friends. Ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie, they forever go together. June 21st, that would be today. That's right. It is International Yoga Day. This right here, common pose, is called down dog. And before you say, I can't bend like that, this is also down dog when done in a chair yoga class. I got to tell you, my dad takes chair yoga, and he was the first one who said yoga wasn't for him, but he just had to find the right class for his ability.
See, I think for me, so I've never done yoga, and it's one of those things where because I have never done it, I won't do it because I feel like it's one of those things where people are going to know that you've never
don't
done
know
it.
it.
Yeah.
My wife took me, she does it twice a week, and she made me go with her one Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And when I walked in, one of her friends says, "Thank you, Leslie, for bringing the entertainment." But I did it, and it was really hard, a lot harder than I thought, and I would do it again.
A lot of core, a lot of
Lot of
flexibility.
core.
I'm just amazed at all the different types. I didn't know there was a chair yoga. There's goat yoga. There's hot yoga.
Well, sure.
There's so many different kinds.
Oh yeah, I mean it really is whatever ability you want and how crazy or not crazy you want to be, right? So if you're dealing with hip, back, shoulder, or knee issues, yoga could be the one way to help with chronic pain.
It improves flexibility and helps build muscle and core strength, which can help alleviate discomfort.
Don't be scared away by all the poses and the moves that you may see online. The key is finding the right type of yoga class.
Find a class that has the words beginner in the title, or slow, or gentle, restorative. If your issue is really intense, maybe you want to find a chair class. Inhale, lift your head, your shoulders.
This pose, called the Cobra, can help people relieve some stress from back pain.
This pose is very good for creating stability in the lower back and flexibility in the lower back. So it firms all the muscles in the back body.
And I think any of us could do that Cobra pose.
I could handle that, maybe.
Probably. I just don't want to do it on TV.
Yeah, maybe not on TV.
What about the chair one?
I think the other thing to remember too is you don't have to take an hour-long class. You can find like a 15-minute class on YouTube, right? But the key, she said, was look for a beginner, slow, or gentle. Like she said, would you do it if you could do it at home? With nobody watching you, knowing that you weren't doing it right, maybe.
Except my instructor, yes, who would have to teach me how to do it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because you need the right form is key in yoga, or you could hurt yourself.
What I like too is a lot of breweries and wineries have yoga on the weekend, right?
Yes.
You pay a small fee, you get the yoga class, and then you get a beer or mimosa afterwards. And I'm talking girls, guys, all ages.
I've seen that.
No shame.
Now I get to pick out a cool yoga mat.
See, I knew that we would get you some way. He picks out a cool yoga mat
He just wants
and
the
he's
mat,
on with it.
not the lesson.
I'm in.
Get bendy and twisty and feel better, friends. That's all.
All right, a quick check of our forecast. Yeah, we have some showers, believe it or not. Hard to believe, I know. Heaviest rains, and they're really light to moderate at this point, but it's back toward Wilkesboro, heading up toward Allegheny, Ash, and Watauga counties. We're seeing that. A little bit of rain, too, north of Hickory if you have to head down that way. If we go out to a wider shot, I just want you to see the overall pattern. Notice everything rotating counterclockwise. Couple of different low pressure systems, some in the upper level, one at the surface. All of that basically just means that that wind continues and it scoops up the moisture from the south and then brings it right back up to us. We're cooler, so we get those kind of cool intermittent showers, and that type of a pattern will stay with us for a while as both of these lows, again one upper level, one at the surface, continue to move back up to the north. All right, 7-day forecast for you. 71 tomorrow, so still a cool rainy day, 80% chance of showers, 60% on Friday, and 79. I think the weekend looks good. That's a late day pop-up storm, and I think some of Saturday will be nice to 82 degrees. Sunday even better, 85 and barely a rain chance. Monday 50%. Again, now this is more of a summer pattern, so it's still partly cloudy during the day and then a late day pop-up storm. Monday, Tuesday, highs are back to where they should be, low to mid 70s, and Wednesday is dry, believe it or not. And with all this rain, I asked you on Facebook, you know, we all have a love-hate relationship with rain, so tell me about your love-hate thing. And Ashley says, I love it when it goes away. I hate it when it's here, but I know that we need it sometimes. Kim says, I love not having to water all my flowers in the garden and run the sprinkler in the yard. Pamela says, I love that I don't have to water my flowers, but I hate that I'll have to mow the grass after all this. Daphne says, love the sound and the smell, hate that I can't mow the yard. And William said, love that it's watering my grass and flowers, but hate having to drive in it. See, that's me.
Yeah.
I don't like really, really heavy showers when I'm trying to drive.
Any type of precipitation when I'm trying to drive.
And last night, there was good evidence of that leaving after the 11 o'clock news at midnight. I mean, there was a lot of hydroplaning going on the road.
Really?
So, yeah, it's...
If you get out in the county, you get those just puddles, you know, like the bigger puddles too.
I'm not really a fan of the rain, but I know that we need it. But what I do like about it is that fresh smell after it rains.
Me
and
too.
then sometimes, say when it's been super hot, that nice cool down that you get afterwards. That's what I like.
I don't mind that.
I don't like when it rains like this, where it's for days on end and you start to get standing water and then you start to get the mosquitoes.
Oh, yeah, those are no
standing water.
fun.
Yeah.
I don't, the one thing, if there's a quick summer shower and everybody thinks, oh, that's great, it cools you down, but right after, it's like you're in a sauna.
Oh, it's very
You know that
muggy,
feeling?
like,
It
yeah.
gets sunny again and then the steam is just coming up off the ground. Why do we complain all the time about the weather?
I know, I'm like, we haven't said any like major benefits that we like about.
Oh, I mean, yeah. So I love the rain because it's Mother Nature's car wash. I love it because it waters the plants. And then we don't have to talk about drought.
Yeah.
Sounds like a kindergartner. I like when the flowers bloom. All right, we're coming right back.
Okay.
Hi, hello. Hi, hello. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Hi there, our chief meteorologist Tim Buckley has been busy tracking the rain for several. Hello, ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie. They forever.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm starting to think you hate me.
So I'm talking, check 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. As you can see behind me, we have the mural and the artist as well as the person depicted in this mural. Is that good?
Sorry, I don't even know where I am. Okay.
I don't really care.
I took out a reference to California. Do you have
Yeah, that's
a
where
sunrise?
I was confused about because I didn't see it in the other story.
What, H9 or H10?
This is a nice living room.
Why are we talking about California in a summer solstice? I'm confused about.
I think he's trying to compare what we're seeing versus there.
Okay, so I can say, but it feels like it elsewhere. Okay, I'll say.
It's time for My 2 Cents. It's officially the first day of summer. Summer is a time for vacations, festivals, and fun in the sun. It can also mean more spending. A recent survey found that summer is the second most expensive season of the year. For those who want to splurge on summer activities but don't want to break the bank, a summer side hustle may be something to think about. Here are just a few to consider. If you're an animal lover, dog walking or sitting could be the side gig for you. Part-time walkers can make more than $1,000 a month, according to dog walking service apps. Most of us have needed to use a rideshare service to get from point A to point B. Job sites like Indeed show the average rideshare driver in North Carolina makes roughly $22 an hour. That's 34% above the national average. Those who meet the requirements and pass the screening process are well on their way to making some extra cash. Last, consider selling some of your old electronics online. I mean, what else are you going to do with that old laptop gathering dust in your closet? There are so many ways to bring in more income so you can enjoy the summer months stress-free. If you do some research, you may be surprised at what work is out there. That's My 2 Cents. That's your 4 to 5. WFMY News 2 at 5 starts now.
Lay down on the floor and I started crying. It was Jesus gave me the new life.
He said Jesus gave him a new life. A Triad cashier has quite the story to tell, how he survived after a robber pointed a gun to his head and pulled the trigger.
As the country recognizes Pride Month, a Triad mural honoring a local drag queen is vandalized. Reaction from the mural's muse and artist